All right. What's poppin', gang? I'm your boy Fit Like Chris, coming at you with another one of these incredible bangers. Welcome back to the Lionheart Podcast. What an intro that was, all right? And in today's video, we are going to be talking about trust because you need to be able to trust yourself in order to find success in whatever your life endeavors are. And there's a couple of reasons why you probably don't trust yourself the way you need to. So we're going to talk about those reasons. We're going to talk about some solutions. And we're just going to pop our shit, right? So this video was inspired by, I was reading a Russ book. It was You All Along. And he spoke about having this ego when he first came out. And maybe you're a hip hop head like me, but I remember I couldn't stand this nigga because every single time he spoke, I did this shit alone. It was just me. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, all right, it's cool. Like, it actually is cool that you've done this all alone, but we don't care that much. So, whatever. He's speaking about his ego and his obsession with the fact that he did it all alone, in the book, that is. He's talking about it. And he was like, the reason that I had to do everything alone was because I needed to prove it to myself that I could do it. But in reality, I didn't trust myself to be great if I didn't do it all alone. And it's kind of a cool story when you think about it because you got to have some kind of an ego to be willing to do everything alone just to prove it to yourself. Because it doesn't matter what field you're in. You could be an entrepreneur, you could be a rapper, you could be a singer, you could be a regular like 9-to-5 person. Everything in life is hard and it's all subjective. And to say that you did it alone just to prove it to yourself, like, it's pretty impressive, but it's also sick that you don't have that level of trust in yourself. And oftentimes, that lack of trust is rooted in your upbringing. Maybe it's just, your parents, they didn't really know, like, this new generation, people like myself and people like you are full of so much hope because our parents went through the tough times, right? So like we're here now like, yo, you just got to believe in yourself and manifest and blah blah blah, and they're still living in their generation 70s 80s 90s of, yo, like, life don't work like that. So growing up, they can only teach what they know. So maybe you heard a lot of self-limiting ideas, just around you and things that you want to do as you were growing up. And that stuff, even if you don't know it, like, it takes its toll. It really, really takes a bite out of you. And the scary thing about it is that you don't even realize that it's taken so much from you until there comes a point in your life that you need this level of self-trust and you can't find it. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me like so many times. Just looking at people, and I'm pretty sure maybe a lot of people can relate to what I'm about to say, but seeing people on the internet and admiring their self-confidence, like, man, like, I want to be like that. Like, he believes so much in himself. Like, damn, I want that. I believe in myself too. And you like try to hype yourself up to overcompensate for the fact that you really don't believe in yourself the way that this person does. Yeah, like, I've been there. And our parents really did a number on us. And it's our responsibility to pick up the pieces because at the end of the day, on this podcast, we preach accountability, right? So the moment that you acknowledge something is the moment that you can fix it. You could change that shit. You just got to take responsibility and say, look, this is my life. Yes, I was raised a certain type of way, but I'm choosing to be a different version of me. It's a conscious choice. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to go for it. And when I find myself having those moments of, self-limiting thoughts and a lack of self-belief, I'm going to catch it and I'm going to replace it with some positivity. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to be as confident as I need to be, as confident as I want to be, as confident as I deserve to be. I'm going to do what I got to do. trusting yourself is more than just trusting yourself. Trusting yourself, it fuels your ability to put yourself into a fire, because you know that at the end of the day, you're going to figure it out. And it might be sloppy and janky, and it might be the hardest thing of your life, but at the end of the day, you just believe that you're going to figure it out. And this is actually another point in the Russ book. He said, I built this level of trust in myself that I would figure it out. And it started out as an ego-driven behavior because I wanted to prove I could do everything alone. But it worked out in my favor because now I trust myself to take shots and to miss shots, because I know that even if I'm on my back, like, I can get back up. And that's what self-belief is. That's why there are, let's just separate them. That's why you got a 1% and you got the 99%, because it's a lot easier said than done. If you're putting yourself in uncomfortable situation after uncomfortable situation, you're always on your back foot. And in the moment, it might feel like, yo, what am I doing with my life? But number one, on the outside, it doesn't look like that. It never looks as bad as we make it seem. And number two, this is like training with a weight vest on, because when you encounter some times that aren't as tough, you're going to have that armor. You're going to have the muscle to just run through a wall, because you've been on your back foot for so long. You paid your dues. You planted the seeds. You feel me? That's why it's important to put yourself in uncomfortable predicaments every single day. Bro, last winter, I was in an ice bath, like, I think 58 days out of the winter. I lived in Maryland. My shit was fucking frozen on top. I'm breaking the ice to get inside my ice bath, because I knew that if I chose my hard in the day, there was nothing else that could beat me. And I also knew that if I just built that level of trust in myself, like, it doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees outside, I'm going to figure out a way to get into this ice bath for 3 minutes, man. I'm going to just do it. And that shit just stacks up. It adds up, it adds up, it adds up. And when other people would break because life is uncomfortable, you ain't never gonna fold, because you know what it's like to be uncomfortable. And as a matter of fact, this has become your new home. You've made this world of discomfort cozy as hell. You got blankets, you got a couch over there, you got the flat screen TV on the wall, you know what I'm saying? Like, you organized, you well put together, because you've made this shit your home. And side note, yo, like, the chicks love it. The chicks love a nigga that's battle tested. They really do. They really, really do, man. Like, they really, really do. They love a fella that's battle tested, that trusts himself, that has a level of self-belief, and that, because that's accomplishment enough. As long as you believe in yourself, man, like, it don't matter what predicament you're in or what circumstance you're under, because you're gonna get up. Throw me in the jungle, I'm coming out with a mink coat on. I ate that jaguar. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm breathing, I figure things out. That's the mentality you need to have. You got to have a mentality of figuring out the tough times, no matter what it is, because that's what you're here to do. That's what you're built to do. You're built to figure this shit out. If not you, then who? If not me, then who? I'm looking around for my opponent, because, like, I don't know about you, bro, but I'm going to figure that shit out. And it's just what if you going to figure it out, cool, we both figured it out. But I can speak for me and say I'm not folding. Fold? What's that, nigga? Anyway, back to work. Yo, build that trust in yourself. Put yourself in uncomfortable predicaments each and every single day of your life. You're gonna thank yourself. Maybe some days you'll regret it. Some days will be a lot easier than others. Other days will be more difficult. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you view it, right? When you're having those tough moments, shift your lens and say everything is happening to you today. Imagine how instead everything is really happening for you. Like, shit, like, I overslept for work, and I didn't get my cup of coffee and da 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 da. Well, shit, maybe this is just like strengthening your resilience, because you got some real shit that's gonna come up next week, but you're gonna be ready for it. And in fact, it's gonna be like a springboard, like a trampoline up and onto that next level, because today you had a shitty day. Flip that motherfucker. Turn it into your advantage and just be that bad motherfucker that you know you really are. Man creates circumstance. Man doesn't succumb to circumstance. You create that shit. And if you don't like what you're seeing around you, change what's in here. You change what's in here and you get everything that you want out there. It's just plain and simple, bruh. It's just plain and freaking simple. Identify what your weaknesses are and just envision ways that your weaknesses are actually your strengths. We have this thing called a brain and the ability to reason, and a lot of people don't utilize the ability to reason with themselves. Learn how to reason with yourself, and just it really is as simple as imagining how your greatest weakness is your greatest strength. Use your imagination. People think that just because they're not kids anymore that, oh, life isn't just a fantasy. Well, what the fuck is it? Because I ain't never met anybody that could tell me why I'm here. So you may as well just make it up as you go, make it what you want it to be, and use your imagination. If you still want to go to the moon, imagine ways that you could get to the moon and try them out. If that way don't work, cool. Like, maybe you pivot and you try that way. But use your imagination. We got this reasoning faculty, this imagination faculty, this perception faculty. We got this will. We can will ourselves to do things. There's so many forces that we could lean on, but people only rely on the five senses. And if it looks bad out there, they just internalize bad. Motherfucker, don't you have imagination? Like, can you imagine how this could work for you? But nah, they only believe in what they can see. And then when you decide, like, nah, you know what? This is actually working for me. People going to look at you like you crazy. But then when you prove that it actually wasn't that bad, now everybody wants to know how you did it. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. And when everybody else is over here being negative and life is happening to them, I want you to go that way. Over there. You go over there. And it's going to be real lonely. It's going to be real lonely. It's going to be you, and it's going to be you, and you, and you, and you. All you. It's going to be all you. In the darkest days, it will be only you. But when you make it to the light to where everyone else can see, like, holy shit, look at this person's accomplishments. Put quotations around that word. Now they want parts. They want to be around you. And now it's crowded because they see your hashtag accomplishments, not knowing that the real accomplishment here are the days that you spent alone. It's the work that people don't see. That's the real accomplishment. But they want what they see. And now you're going to have a different problem. You're going to have to decipher the real from the fake. Because now you got everything that everyone else wants and they want a piece of it. But they didn't want you when you didn't have shit, So maybe that's a great opportunity for you to teach them that, you got to go to your corner over there because I don't got shit for you. You know what I mean? That's all I got for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video because this concept is important. Especially for you on the come up. Like, you're on your way up and you have to understand that your perception is everything. You got to understand you got to build that trust and belief in yourself just to figure things out. You don't need trust and belief that everything is going to work in your favor, but you're going to figure out a way for it to work in your favor if you know what I'm saying, man. This is the Lionheart Podcast. My name is Fit Like Chris. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone that needs to hear it, man. Share this joint. I'm going to holler at you.